Hey there everyone, Juan here from SwitchWatch with a nice video for you with our 30 top Switch indies that you can pick up from 2022. Yes, we take a look back at those lovely indie games that you can add to your collection. Visit www.switchwatch.net and get 5% off any eShop cards in most regions using code SwitchWatch5, and you can get a little bit of discount when you purchase some of these games if you fancy it. Let's get into it then and start off with Finding Paradise. Finding Paradise is an adventure game and the sequel to the game To the Moon, which introduced characters Dr. Rosalind and Dr. Watts. Here the story continues where the doctors help fulfill the wish of an old man, Colin Reeds, who is unfortunately bedridden. There is a wonderful humour in this story, and the story will live long in the memory. And if you're into your narrative experiences, this is a fantastic addition to your collection and one that I absolutely loved in 2022. If you haven't played this one yet, then make sure you download this one today. One maybe to enjoy on a Sunday afternoon with a cup of tea. In Rogue Legacy 2, you've probably heard the term roguelite a million times by now. It's especially prevalent in indie games, but the reason I enjoy roguelite games is because my time doesn't feel like a complete waste of time once you perish. Rogue Legacy 2 is a great example of having persistent upgrades, giving you the motivation to keep having another run. Here you have classes to suit your playstyle, traits, spells, secrets, and a great story. And of course, my favourite genre is also a Metroidvania, and you can drop 200 hours on this one, easy. INDIES is a game you can try for free actually by downloading the demo right now. Really cheap though if you do want to buy it, for a quality 3D platformer which is inspired by the 32-bit era, and we like it a lot. Here you take control of Hannah through her dreams. There's 7 dreamscapes to explore created by Hannah's memories. It's short, it's simple, great for everyone to play in the family. Ah man, the good old 90s. Who remembers those days? Well, I'm showing my age here, but sophstar is a vertical arcade shoot 'em up inspired by the best games in that genre from, yes, you guessed it, the 1990s. New features have been added for casuals and hardcore players alike. Suffice to say, it's great fun with 6 difficulty levels for accessibility, 20 bosses to take down, and plenty of modes to keep you happy, from score attack, endless mode, and ultimate challenges. 9 ships here and one which will surely suit your playstyle. I love old school shooters, and new games seldom capture the classics' magic, but sophstar is a bit of a gem. Who likes constructing factories? Well, I didn't think I did, but when I played Factorio, I realized straight away this demands a lot of your time and it's addictive, and I get lost in games like this. You'll find it hard to stop. The port's very good on the Nintendo Switch, and if you find management games at all interesting, then this one is one of the best that I've played. If you like construction, that is, especially factories, where production lines are very important. You'll get it wrong, but you'll want to try again till you build a successful mega factory with tower defense elements to protect your structure. There is so much detail to get into here, so I suggest you download the demo, give it a go, and see if it's for you. I'm certain you'll be charmed by this before you know it. Well, you already know one of my favourite genres is Metroidvania games. My second is definitely horrors, and in Signalis we have an awesome psychological horror game, so just buy it. I promise you will not be disappointed in this indie. It's set in a dystopian future where humans have colonised the solar system. Through propaganda and aggressive surveillance, an iron grip is kept on the people through the regime. Elsa awakens from cryostasis, stranded on a cold planet, and sets out on a journey to the depths of the unknown. This is a classic survival horror as you explore and delve into the fate of the mysterious inhabitants. Fluid 3D animations with cinematic storytelling make for a really good game. This one totally surprised me, and looking back on 2022, this was one of my favorite little indie games. I do love a good first-person shooter, and this indie took me by surprise. Prodeus, with a retro look, non-stop action, which I absolutely loved, over-the-top weapons which make it fun to take out those enemies, and there's community crafted levels here too, a 4-player co-op or 16-player deathmatches, all with a great heavy metal soundtrack. Anno Mutationum is a cool cyberpunk action-adventure game with RPG elements and a highly skilled combat-trained lone wolf, and you can switch from 2D action and platforming and also 3D exploration. You can shoot, slash, ground pound and chuck grenades to take down those pesky enemies and bosses, and I just found it loads and loads of fun. Definitely well worth checking out if you missed out on this one. If you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing for everything Nintendo Switch related and turn on that bell notification so you get notified. Jack Move is a JRPG that features a unique blend of gritty cyberpunk storytelling, turn-based battles, and a beautiful modern pixel art. Take on the role of Noah, a vigilante hacker who is thrust into a world of murder, kidnapping, and dark research after her father goes missing. I really enjoyed this one, and I definitely recommend that you check it out if you're into your JRPG type games. Where would a good indie list be without Shovel Knight? And here is Shovel Knight Dig. Drill Knight and his digging crew blast apart Shovel Knight's peaceful campsite and steal his loot. So he grabs his trusty shovel blade and starts tunneling after them. Features all new presentation featuring a new Shovel Knight story, and the first A Shovel Knight adventure has glorious color, pixel, visuals and sound with, of course, fluid animation, and you can jump, slash and dig your way all in a new direction, which of course is down. A really cool game, this one. Really enjoyed this one from start to finish. Definitely worth your time. Who would love to be tiny? Well, in Tinykin you can. Milo arrives on Earth to find he's way too small, everybody's gone, and a day hasn't passed since 1991. Sounds like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids to me. You have to find a way home through this sprawling ant-sized metropolis. And to do this, you have to team up with the mysterious Tinykin and use their unique powers to create ladders, bridges, explosions, and of course a lot more. There's cities of ants, beetles and other insects, and you get to meet loads of characters along the way. A really enjoyable little game, this. Tunic was a game that I took a chance on. We were looking through the Nintendo eShop and my daughter loves foxes, and well, I just downloaded it to keep her happy, not thinking anything more about it. But in the end, I thoroughly enjoyed this game about a small fox on a grand adventure. It's an isometric action game, loads of secrets to uncover here. You get to collect powerful items, and as I say, if you like these type of visuals, then this is definitely going to be for you. I certainly enjoyed it more than I thought I would, one that I can thoroughly recommend. There's something here for everybody. A game from Devolver Digital, which are the kings of publishing indie games, and Return to Monkey Island is a game that if you love your point and click, I certainly did back in the day, but not everyone does. Well, if you do, this one's for you. From the series creator Ron Gilbert, if you like your puzzles, bizarre situations, then this one is certainly for you. I don't know about you, but I'm not a golfer. I don't like golf, I don't like playing it, don't like watching it. James certainly does. He plays golf once a week at least, and he's very good. But when you give me a game about golf to play on a console, I usually find myself enjoying it, and Cursed to Golf was no different. And I like the premise. You're a cursed golfer trapped in golf purgatory, and a freak accident takes you down just as you're about to take the winning shot in an international tournament, and now you must golf your way back to the land of the living. A very simple little game here, quite challenging, but I very much enjoyed this one. Come on now, let's be honest, you can't tell me you didn't want to start your own cult, or it hasn't crossed your mind at some point in your life. Well, in Cult of the Lamb, you get to start your own cult in the land of false prophets. You delve into mysterious regions and build a loyal community of woodland worshippers. I love that. And build your flock. You can collect and use resources to build new structures and perform dark rituals to appease the gods and destroy all of those non-believers. Make sure you spread the word. A real funny one, this one. I really enjoyed it. Something a little bit different, and the characters very much do look cute, but the premise of the game is quite dark, and that's probably why I loved it so much, because it doesn't quite go together in that respect, but makes it so much funnier. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much if you're still watching. I apologize if you're bored of my voice, because we usually split these types of videos between James and Jordan, but James is working on that sales video for you, which should be released on Sunday, all being well, so make sure you tune in for that. And Monday is a great day. A lot of people love Mondays because it's Jordan's day of letting you know all about those juicy physicals that are coming out soon that you can order. So again, make sure you tune in for everything Switch related, and remember, you can get 5% off any of these digital games by visiting www.switchwatch.net. Make sure you buy from there, it helps the channel. Plus, you're able to get 5% off those Nintendo eShop cards, and they're delivered straight to your inbox within around 60 seconds, sometimes even less, and you can then use that to buy anything on your local Nintendo eShop store. Okay, no more advertising, I promise, until the end of the video. So thank you so much for your patience and sticking by. We really do appreciate it very much indeed. Next up, Azure Gunvolt 2. Okay, strictly this one didn't come out in 2022 because it did come out first on the Nintendo 3DS, but I really enjoyed the port, and if you love these types of games, run and gun action, retro inspired shooters, then you got to get it on the Nintendo Switch. You can use Gunvolt's abilities such as the versatile flash field to stay on top of the action and play as Gunvolt's rival Coping and approach the fight in a whole new way. Truly dominate the battlefield and unlock an arsenal of increasingly powerful weaponry and special abilities. This one is for you if you want to land that impressive high score, which I always love to do. Now, I don't know about you, but what is it about games like Coromon that get you to part with your cash time and time again? I didn't even know anything about it, but when I saw its charming visuals, that was it. Take my money. On top of that, it's got turn-based battles, which I love, puzzles, and then cherry on top, you get to build a team from 100 creatures, which you can catch and train them up to defeat your rivals. Where have we seen that before? I'm not going to mention any names. Now, as a casual, you can choose the easiest setting to focus on the story, or if you want more of a challenge as a hardcore gamer, there's settings for you as well. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know why, but if they keep making games like this, I will part with my money. Time and time again. Now, I want you to let me know in the comments before we get into this next one, Severed Steel, your top 3 genres. I love horror and probably FPS games, and this is our second one on this list, featuring a fluid stunt system, destructible environments, and loads of bullet time. We all love bullet time, don't we? Chained together wall runs, dives, flips and slides to take every last enemy down. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed this one. I really do love fast, fluid games, and this one nails it. So if you love your FPS games, you like them fast, furious and fluid, then this one's for you. I think Neon White was probably one of the best indie releases in 2022, where you play as Neon White, an assassin plucked from hell to compete with other demon slayers for a shot at redemption. Here you can collect soul cards to tag your foes. You compete for the best times by cleverly combining cards to discover massive shortcuts. Uncover heaven's mysteries by getting to know the other assassins. I really enjoyed this one, love everything about it. Fully recommend this one if you get the chance. Now, Card Shark is an adventure game full of cunning, intrigue, and delectable deceit. You cheat your way to the top of 18th century society by mastering deceptions using card marking, false shuffles, deck switching, and false deals. There's plenty more as well to get your ill-gotten gains. I really enjoyed this one. I do love a little bit of poker and, you know, anything you can learn about cards to get an edge. Not cheating, of course, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, enjoyable game. Very much recommend this one as well. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, an absolutely brilliant game, stunning pixel art graphics here, and that's going to take you straight back to the awesome 1980s, my favorite decade for films especially. You got every character here, weapon, vehicle, item and background is directly inspired by the 1987 TV show. Old school gameplay which has enhanced fresh mechanics and 6 players. That's what I loved about this. 6 of you can play this simultaneously. I'll tell you what, invite a few friends around, get a few beers if you're old enough to drink beer, that is. Otherwise, stick to your soft drinks and enjoy playing with your friends and just smashing stuff up. It's got a new story mode to enjoy as well. Enjoyed this one very much indeed. One of the highlights, I would say, of 2022 for sure. Now, Citizen Sleeper is not usually a game I would have picked up, but a friend of mine bought it and we actually played through it together. It's an RPG where you live the life of an escaped worker. You're washed up on a lawless station at the edge of an interstellar society. Now, this was inspired by the flexibility and freedom of tabletop RPGs. You get to explore the station, choose your friends, and escape your past to change your future. Now, I enjoyed this, as I say, a lot more than I thought I did, and was actually one of the games I really enjoyed from 2022. Certainly don't sleep on this one. Nobody Saves the World is a class little game, I have to say. You can play co-op with a friend as well. Procedurally generated dungeons which increase difficulty and complexity, and of course keeps you on your toes because it's a little bit different all the time. There's local and online co-op, so you can invite a friend to play through all or part of your adventure together, so it gives you some flexibility there. Really enjoyed the soundtrack, and there's a new game plus as well to put your forms and abilities to the test against a leveled up enemies. This is a quality game. You get to mix and match abilities and combine over 80 form abilities to create powerful customized builds. This one's well worthwhile, especially playing with a friend. Makes it a little bit more enjoyable. Now, Far Changing Tides, a game that called out to me. You know, it's got water in it, it's got ship, and a little boy is searching for a new home on this emotional journey, this voyage, and you get to be part of that. You explore, you get to even dive into the waters and check out the depths of the sea. I really enjoyed this. You get to find a new home and sail stormy waters and explore forgotten ruins. It's really beautiful as well. Cannot recommend this one enough. Now, I know I keep saying that there's 30 games on this list, but all of these games, although they're all indies, they're all special in their own way. So, you know, if you can only choose one and you love adventure and exploration, then Far Changing Tides might be the one for you. This one is called Grapple Dog, and this 2D platformer, and you get to use a grappling hook to clear challenges as Pablo the Grapple Dog. I've got a story about Pablo. When my missus was pregnant, my friend, he just loves the name Pablo and kept calling her Bump Pablo, and we thought, you know, when this kid comes out, if it's a boy, it's definitely going to be called Pablo, but it turned out to be a girl, and my mate Bruno still calls her Pablo to this day. So anyway, sorry I was getting off track there. Yes, this has 6 colourful worlds. You get to sail across the map to explore 6 worlds featuring 33 levels hidden with lots of collectibles, and of course you get to grapple. What I liked about this one, look, it's not anything deep, it's just good fun gameplay. River City Girls was fantastic, brilliant. I loved it, loved the soundtrack, loved the gameplay. I just love these type of beat 'em ups. And in River City Girls, you get 6 playable characters. They all have their own fighting styles, of course. With enhanced combat, it's bigger than ever with new locations, multiple routes, and secret areas. Now, you can play solo or team up with a friend. It has a local or online, and there's loads of NPCs to meet and interact with. But of course, just love the anime, the comic book cutscenes. Everything about it is just brilliant. This would be what I would call a AAA indie. What I like about Infernmax in this adventure about a great knight who returns home to find it plagued with unholy magic is that you must make choices in your quest to destroy the source of this corruption. Every decision you make can be crucial. You can slay or help someone, you can use your experience gained from slashing monsters to either get more life, mana, or damage, and you need to think well before deciding on what to do. And I really enjoyed this one, another great indie game on this list from 2022. Olliolli World is just a great skateboarding game, the third in this franchise, and it absolutely, I think, is the culmination of a lot of work that's been put in from the developers to make it super fun. Here you get to rip and flow through the vivid and vibrant world of Radlandia. You can meet loads of characters on the way while you're grinding, tricking and airing your way to discover the mystical skate gods on your quest. This game is absolutely delightful. I've had hours and hours of fun with it. It's one of those games that's on my Switch that I still load up from time to time just to have a go. It's got that one more go addictive feel. And if you like these type of games, then I very much recommend Olliolli World, especially if you love these types of skateboarding type games. This really is a gem. Next up, we have Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2, which takes the series' original speedy and stylish 2D action gameplay to the next level. Copen here rips through his enemies with his new break a shift form. This is 2D action that I absolutely love. I can't get enough of these types of games, to be honest with you. Loads to enjoy here. I love the visuals, love the gameplay, really fun. And if this is your type of game, then you should definitely be looking to buy this one as soon as possible. Record of Lodoss War, Deadly and Wonder Labyrinth is a 2D action exploration game, which actually the series has been around since the 1980s. You may not have heard of it, but it's a solid game, plays very similar to Symphony of the Night, and as Konami still haven't brought that to the Nintendo Switch, then if you're looking for some sort of alternative, then this would be a very good one to purchase. Jordan actually reviewed this one, gave it an 8 out of 10. He really enjoyed it. I'll put a link to the review in the top right hand corner. That brings us to the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you're still watching, you're an absolute bloody legend. Really do appreciate it, because I do understand that these longer videos are sometimes hard to keep your attention on them, but if you're still watching, thank you so much. It does help us out, and to help us even more, then please do subscribe to the channel. Thank you to all of our producers that continue to support us on a monthly basis. We really do appreciate it in every way. Thank you to all of our subscribers that continue to support us as well, and all of you that are watching this video. You have no idea how thankful we are. Remember, you can get 5% off any eShop voucher in most regions by visiting www.switchwatch.net. Use the code SwitchWatch5 when you're checking out to get 5% off. You can then use that to purchase any of these games or any other games on the Nintendo eShop. That helps the channel out as well, and of course we very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on the next one.